Hi everyone, this is Brian and welcome to my profitability case, Critical SAS. You are going to practice a realistic case interview. If you are watching this on YouTube, I want you to comment on this video with your actual responses. I will then reply back with my assessment of your response as either good or great. Okay, let's get started. Our client is the new vice president of an internet software company that sells in a software as a service model. They sell web experimentation software that lets clients conduct tests on their websites to see what works and what doesn't. It's also called A/B testing. Now, the VP is a veteran in the software as a service industry and has realized in his first few days with the company that profits on a per user basis are lower than competitive benchmarks. So he would like our help to understand why profits per user are lower than the competition and what actions they should take to improve profitability. So with that said, pause the video now and write down any clarifying questions you have. Okay, in regards to a clarifying question you may have asked regarding if the company has any specific profit per user targets, they'd like to get it to at least parity with the competition. Great. So go ahead and take a few moments to lay down how you would approach this problem. Okay, pause the video now, write down your structure, and then say it out loud. Okay, now I'm going to talk through an example of a good, typical case structure. Okay, I'd like to start by breaking down profit into its component parts and also take a look at our company and the competition. So profit breaks down into revenue and costs. And for revenue, I'd like to understand the pricing and how that's changed over time. And then I'd like to look at volume and see how has that changed over time. And then for costs, I'd like to see if any changes have happened in the client's fixed or variable costs. And then I like to take a look at the company, and I'd like to know more about kind of the types of customers we have, what are their needs, and what are the types of products we offer. And then last, I want to see how the competition compares to us. What are they doing differently? Great. Now go ahead and let me know where you want to start and why. Okay, pause the video for just a few moments, write down your key questions that you'd like to explore, and then say them out loud. Now I'm going to talk through an example of a good, typical way to examine and uncover. Okay, so within price, I'd like to understand what's our price today, how has that changed over time, and how do competitors price? And then in costs, I'd like to understand what's our fixed and variable costs today, and how has that changed over time, and how does that compare to the competition, because perhaps our costs are higher than the competitors. And then within company, I'd like to know what types of products do we sell, how does that compare to what the competition sells, and what types of customers do we sell to, because perhaps our customers are more price sensitive or have lower budgets. Here are some answers to your questions. Within customers, we sell to three primary types of customers: small businesses, medium businesses, and large enterprises. Now, we don't have specific information on needs, but we do know that the size of the business roughly correlates with their degree of marketing analytics sophistication. And the competition also sells to similar customers, so those small, medium, and large enterprises. Now, within products, we sell three different versions of our product: standard, professional, and premium. And we do have our mix and our competitors' mix that we can share in an exhibit in a little bit. About your questions on revenues, our prices haven't changed, and we can share how we price and how the competition prices in a later exhibit. And then within costs, I can tell you our fixed costs and variable costs are in fact in line with the competition. So let's go ahead and take a look at exhibit number 1, which has some data the client has shared with us. Great. Here's data the client just provided. Take a moment to read through. What are your observations and takeaways? Okay, pause the video for just a few moments and talk out loud what you're seeing here. Now I'm going to talk through an example of a good, typical example of uncovering key insights. So I'm seeing a few differences. In the standard package, we are including advanced audience targeting, but the competition is not. And in the professional package, we are not offering advanced audience targeting, but the competition is. And then in the premium package, the competition is providing enhanced security controls, but we're not. And then we don't even have an ultra premium package, but our competitor does. So that seems like a potential opportunity to explore. And then also I can see that the competition is selling more higher end plans than we are. So we should try to sell more of our higher end plans and market them more heavily. The client has shared an exhibit with the following information. They'd like you to calculate the exact increase in average revenue per user in dollar terms if the client were able to match the competitor's mix and pricing. Okay, pause the video for just a few moments, write down, and then talk out loud your math calculations. Now I'm going to talk through an example of a good, typical way to do math. So, okay, I want to start off in the upper left. I'll write down the client, so I'll just write down, okay, we have 12% and we're getting 149. We have 30% that we're getting 79 for. 58% we're getting $49 for. Okay, then I'll do the same write down for the competitor. So I'm getting 2% at 299. I'm getting 14% at 199. I'm getting 41 or they're getting 41% at 99. They're getting 43% at 49. Okay, so then I'm just going to have to do a weighted average for the client, and then I'll have to do a weighted average sum for the competitor, and then just take the difference of the two to get the increase in average revenue per user. So, okay, let me start with the client. So 149 times 12 is 8, and then got the 9 there, 2, okay, then put the 0 there, multiply it out, so 9, 4, 1, okay, so some 8 to the 18, carry the 1, 7, 1, okay, so dot goes there, yep, so 1788 there. Alright, so now I'll do 79 times 30, so 0, 0, another 0, okay, 7, carry the 2, 21, 2, 3, 23, decimal in the middle, okay, 2370. Alright, 49 times 58 is 2, carry the 7, okay, 32, 9, 3, then 0, 5, 4, and put the 2 there, sum it down, 2, 50, 40, okay, that's I think, yeah, that should be a 4, yeah, slight mistake, 8, 2, okay, so that one's 2852. Alright, so now I'm just going to add the 1788 plus the 2370 plus the 2842, so 8 to 2, 0, 15, 24, alright, it's another 0, and then 8, 7, carry the, okay, so that's another 0, carry the 2, 3, 70. Okay, so the client is making $70 on an average revenue per user, and now I need to do the same calculations for the competitors. So, okay, so let me start at the top. So 299 times, 299 times 2. Okay, so I was doing the wrong one before. Okay, so that's 8, carry the 1, 19, carry the 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's 598. Then I'm going to do the 199 times 14. So that's 6, carry the 3, put 4, carry the 1, 7. Okay, and then put the 0 to the 9, another 9, 1. Sum it down, 6, 8, carry the 1, 7, 2. All right, so 2786. All right, so then I got to do 99 times 41 for the next one. So that's 9, another 9, 0, 6. Yeah, 0, 6, 8, 3. Okay, so that's 4059. Okay, and then the last one's 99 times 43, 7. No, wait, hold on, 7, 8, 3. Wait, no, I got the, oh, no, that, calculating the wrong one. All right, so it's 43 times 49, so that's 7, carry the 2, 36, 8, put the 3, 387, put the 0 there, 12, 2, carry the 1, 17. All right, so that gets me 7, some 0, 1. All right, so that gets me 2107. Okay. All right, so now I got to add the 4 price points, or the 4 averages for the competitor. So that's 2107 plus 5.98 plus 27.86 plus 40.59. So that's 15. 2130, carry the 3 up there. 12, 25. Put the 5, carry the 2. 3, 8, 15, 5. Put the 1 back. 3, 5. All right, so 95.50. Okay, so the average revenue per user for the competitor is 95.50. Our client 70. So I just subtract the 2, and I get $25.50 as the increase in average revenue per user. Okay, let's say we go ahead and change our price and better our offerings. What are some ways the competitor might respond, and how might it affect us? Okay, pause the video for just a few moments, talk out loud, and jot down some of your thoughts. Now, I'm going to talk through an example of a good, typical example of generating ideas. Okay, the competitors may respond by trying to undercut us on price, and so we might need to cut our prices back as a result. And then the competitors might offer even more pricing tiers, and we should be careful of not adding too many ourselves in response, because this could confuse the customers with too many choices. Let's say that the senior VP walks in and wants a quick overview of your findings and recommendations. What would you tell him? Now, I'm going to talk through an example of a good, typical recommendation. Okay, we recommend putting more value into the higher end plan and move features out of the entry-level plans. And this would make our mix more profitable and more in line with the competition. And we should also keep in mind how competitors might respond to our changes and what to do about it. This might include more marketing investment on our side, or might include us needing to add more features or coming out with additional products. Now that you finished the case, I want to remind you to comment on this video with your actual responses. I will then reply back and score each of your responses as either good or great. Go ahead and pause the video now so you can see how I would grade you. What you just saw was a realistic example among the top tier consulting firms. The responses that you heard are what I would consider to be good, but not great answers. Unfortunately, these merely good responses will not get you an offer from the top tier consulting firms. Given the intense degree of the competition, only great performance will virtually guarantee an offer. If you were to take away just one thing, it is this fact. The bar to pass is much higher than you think. You need to see and practice what great performance looks like. So to see the same case with a top 1% performance, just go to passthecase.com/great.